Hello, my friends. Welcome into another episode of the Subscription Web Design Podcast. I want to encourage you in your business to do something radical, to take a radical step that most of us are not willing to take. And if you do this, if you take this one step that I'm getting ready to share with you, I think you will start to see radical success in your business. I remember reading a book. I'm really into the personal finance space and money, and I like Dave Ramsey, and I like his whole ethos over there. And his daughter, Rachel Cruz, wrote a book a few years ago that I really loved. It's called "Love Your Life, Not Theirs." Love your life, not theirs. And the whole point of this book is just to show how often we are biased by looking at somebody else's highlight reel and comparing it to where we are in the moment. And that one thing that we do, the comparison trap, affects so many decisions that we make in our lives. And it really affects what we're doing with our business as well. So here's what I want you to look at. I want you to stop looking at everybody else. Okay. This is a little related to what I talked about last week. Stop looking at everybody else and looking at, oh, what are they doing in their business? What are they doing in their business? Instead, look at yourself, look at your own business, and focus on what you have going on. Now, I'm not saying don't do market research. I'm not saying don't pay attention to what other successful people are doing and model them. Okay. You need to do those things. Okay. They're very, very important. They're an important piece of growing your business. I mean, after all, you're listening to this because you're looking at me. I'm somebody who has experience. I've been where you are, and I've crossed the hurdle. I've moved to the next bridge. And it's like, I want to see what Steve's doing and get that information. And I want to be there to help you. What I'm talking about is where your gaze is focused, your stare, okay? Are you staring at other people and saying, I wish I had that. I wish I did that. I wish this. I wish that. Okay? Oh, if I only had their life. Oh, if I only had their business. If I only had their family, right? You don't know. Maybe I'm preaching to the choir, but I bet I'm not. You don't know what these other people have going on, what they've sacrificed, what they've given up, what they've been through in order to have what they have. Would you really wish for somebody else's life? Man, you just don't know. Even as bad as maybe some things might be for you, you don't know. It could be 10 times worse for the person who has all the success that you see right now. So others, as you go through this business and through this life, others are going to stare at you, and they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be staring at you saying, I wish, if only. Wouldn't it be amazing if, right? They're going to be staring at you, but you don't have to stare at them. If I were you, I would stare straight ahead. I grew up in South Jersey, and we were about a mile away from, not a mile, about an hour. We were about an hour away from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I thought it was so funny that the horses and buggies, when they were going in, if you've ever been anywhere near Amish country, you've seen these, where these horses and buggies, the horses wear these black things over their eyes so they can only see what's right in front of them. They can't see side to side. And those are blinders. And those blinders are on so that they don't get distracted and go crazy by what's going on all around them. They only see their target, what's in front of them, the direction that they're going. I want you to do that. I want you to put those blinders on to everything but what is going to be the next right step for you and move forward into that. Stop looking at everybody else. Now, there is a balance, which I've talked about or hinted at least. There is a balance between market awareness and playing your own game. Okay? You need to play your own game. You also need to be aware about what's happening in the market. You also need to be looking at other successful people so you can model, not copy, model what they've done. But as soon as you get what you need from that, you put the blinders back on and you're focused and you're moving forward in what you know is the right thing to do. And I'll tell you the people who I admire most on this, and this might sound controversial or at least might sound weird to some of you because I'm a big proponent for outsourcing, but I love the people who are just dead set on, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be an agency. We're going to do the fulfillment work. It's going to be me, or it's going to be me and my husband, or like, we're going to do this. We're not interested in outsourcing and becoming big. My friend Lisa has this mindset, and you know what? I admire it. I think it's fantastic. It's not the path that I've chosen, but I admire it. I think it's great. They've got their blinders on. They're looking. They're saying, okay, I see what you did. Cool. I want to see if there's something I can learn. I want to see if there's something I can model to take from your business. But ultimately, I'm not going to go down that path. I'm staying straight. I'm going the next right thing for the path that we're taking. And I admire that. I love that. I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful. So even as you listen to me, it's like take from me, from what I'm sharing with you, as much as you possibly can, right? I mean, I want you to implement, or else I wouldn't be teaching it. But like for those things where you know what, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to do that thing, right? I'm not going to adopt that strategy. I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to take that mindset. Keep the blinders on. Do what you know you're good at doing. Stay in your lane. Take the next right step for you. Don't fall into the comparison trap because it leads nowhere good. Now, what's something that you could do? Well, I'm a little biased with my suggestion here, but here's what it is. I think it's better to find a productive community instead of watching and staring at others from the distance so that you benefit from what they're learning. Check this out. And I'll be honest, I'm going to just make this really open-ended here because I don't necessarily want you to think, oh, I'm just trying to sell you on Steve Schramm's mentorship program. By the way, you can get into the subscription web design mentorship program, and I think you're going to experience what I'm talking about. Another great community to join would be my mentors community. Josh Hall. It's a paid community. It's called Web Designer Pro, and it's absolutely fantastic. I have so many friends from there, and many of them listen to this podcast. Many of them are in subscription web design, either have the course or the mentorship. And it's great. It's fantastic because I'm not just looking at them from a distance and either being jealous or sneaky or whatever. I'm actually learning what they're learning in real time alongside them, and we're learning together and we're growing together as a community, and it's increasing the value of everyone involved. I'll tell you another thing you could do. A free Facebook group. Now, you got to be careful with these, but there's one that is very, very high value for sure. And it's Stephanie Hudson's Facebook group, Focus on Your Biz. The Focus on Your Biz group is a fantastic, great, tight-knit community, mostly of people, web designers and online business people like you. And it's a great community. It has, I would even say, more of the feel of a paid community, but it's free. They're doing a fantastic job over there, and I'm sort of envious of their ability to run a community so well. I've never been good at that, unfortunately, so I got to stay in my lane. But the group calls have been working out very, very well in subscription web design, and I do invite you to join. But you can find one of these other paid or free communities, and the same thing will happen. Instead of watching from a distance, find a community who's being productive, doing what you're doing, so that you can benefit from their lessons that they're learning exactly at the same time, and you can even help them benefit from the lessons that you're learning. I think that's how you move ahead instead of looking at everybody else. I hope this one has helped you this week. God bless. You guys take care. See you in the next episode of Subscription Web Design.